cats out there. Well, I'm so happy to see you as we start on a new adventure this week. I have a joke for you, and before I tell you this joke, you need to understand you might not get it yet. So, understand that this joke might not make a lot of sense, but once you get it, you're going to think it's really funny, and it's one of those jokes that'll make you sound smart too. So, here is your joke of the day. What's big, gray, and sings jazz? The answer is Ella Fitzgerald. Now, I told you, you might not get that. You probably recognize the word elephants, but the Gerald part throws you off. And if you hang with me through the next episode or two, you are going to understand exactly what I'm talking about. So this week, our adventure that we're going to go on together is going to be about jazz music. And I know we joke a lot, we talk about jazz hands, give me some shimmer, but jazz music is one of the coolest types of music out there. And one reason that it's so cool is it's music that started right here in our country, in the United States. In music class, we talk a lot about guys who lived a long time ago and wear big powdery white wigs. And they're really important, and some of the music, their music is just amazing. Don't get me wrong, not saying anything about that, bad about that, but in our country, in the United States, we have this really cool music that started right here in New Orleans, Louisiana, called jazz music. So this music has been coming together for well over 200 years now, because it takes all different kinds of cultures that we've had in our country and mixes them together into this really amazing, sometimes indescribable music called jazz music. It's a mix of, like we've learned about spirituals in class and some gospel music. It's a mix of that great African American music we have, along with other styles called blues music and ragtime music, and it's fused all together to make this amazing art form called jazz music. So there's lots of different types of jazz music too, so I can't just say, oh, right here, there's jazz music. I took our school song to start out, and I made it a little jazzier sounding. I'm sure you guys noticed that right away. So adding a little bit of swing when you have some jazz, taking some chances, doing some making up called improvising is all a really big part of being a jazz musician. So different types of jazz you might hear is big band music. That's really popular. Or swing music. Kansas City jazz is another kind. Gypsy jazz, bebop. So they have really cool names on top of being really amazing music to listen to. So when we're going through jazz music, there's so many important names to know. But getting back to my joke that we started with, one of the most amazing jazz musicians with an amazing story is a woman called Ella Fitzgerald. Ella Fitzgerald, get it? Big, gray, and sings jazz. So the joke's answer was Ella Fitzgerald, elephants, but Ella is an amazing, amazing jazz singer, and I've included some songs of hers on YouTube that you just have to check out. I made a new jazz playlist to help us out this week, so I hope that you check out a lot of the videos there. There's so many resources out there that are really funky to watch and listen to, because jazz music is so colorful and exciting that the songs and the resources kind of match that, so they're really fun. So Ella Fitzgerald, like I said, was a jazz singer, had some really popular songs that you probably even know and don't know that they're Ella's music. But she was born on April 25th in 1917. And she wanted to sing. She didn't have a very good life to begin with. Her mother passed away, and she really didn't have anywhere to go, and she didn't have anyone to go to. But she loved to sing. And she entered a talent competition, this amazing talent competition at the Savoy Theater in Harlem, New York. An amazing place for music being made. And she won. And this changed her life. And she truly became the first lady of jazz. So we're going to be talking about Ella Fitzgerald and jazz music this week. I hope that you enjoy it.
A brown and yellow basket. I sent a letter to my mommy. On the way I dropped it.
All right. So what you just heard was the beginning of A Tisket a Tasket by Ella Fitzgerald. And I thought today we would just listen to this song together, but I'm going to point out with you a little bit how I use my brain when I'm listening to music. With jazz music, it's really, really hard for me to sit still. So I'm going to stand up and tap my toe and snap a little. But you're also going to hear me talking a little bit about the observations that I'm making during this song. So hopefully it'll give you some examples of how to think when you're listening to music as well. Of course, please just listen to music and let your brain go off into daydreams and wonderful thoughts a lot of the time as well. But when you're really listening to music to study it a bit, which is an excellent tool for your brain, these are some questions you can ask yourself as you're listening. So I don't mean to interrupt Ella, and I hope that you go back and listen without me blabbing in front of her. But I think that this will help you as you're learning to be a little bit more listeners at home. So we're going to start that one again. And as I'm jamming away over here, I'm going to just ask myself some questions that I usually just say in my head. So don't think I'm crazy. I'm not talking to myself. I'm talking to you. Here we go, from the beginning. So the first thing that I'm really listening for here is I'm finding the speed of this song. We've talked about tempo throughout these lessons. And think about how fast this song goes. You might say, kind of medium. Or you might say, moderato, because we learned that word since we've been home. But not a single thing to do. She went back all around. So to connect to last week, I'm listening to what instruments do I hear? I hear some brass. I hear string bass. I hear some real quiet drums in the background. Piano. There's those horns. Now I'm also listening to the volume. When those horns come in, it sounds forte or fortissimo, really, really loud to me. When Ella's singing, it's more of a mezzo forte, kind of in the middle loud. I lost my yellow basket. Won't someone help me find my basket? Make me happy again. Now, as I'm listening here too, I'm thinking, if you see me kind of moving my body, I'm moving kind of smooth. It all connects together. It's not real separated until those horns come in. Then we have some little syncopation, that's called. And then, what does this music make you think of? What kind of mood does it sound like? And for me, when I think of this song, I just think of people having fun together. Maybe they're walking down the streets, maybe there's a parade going on, but it definitely sounds like happy music to me. More even like chill music, if that makes sense. So it's not a real like loud in your face, crazy dance happy. It's just like, I'm feeling good. It was a good day today. I like this kind of music. Like if my life had a soundtrack when I was walking down the halls at Viking Elementary, I might hear that song going in my head. So Ella Fitzgerald is someone that you really need to know as a music student. She is such an amazing, amazing person. Unfortunately, she passed away in 1996, so she's not with us anymore. But her music lives on, and I hope that this little episode here inspires you to go and find out more about Ella Fitzgerald. I'll have a couple links on the Facebook page when I post this video for you to explore a little bit more about Jazz and Ella. And as I said, I added a new playlist to Mrs. Waldron's music channel, so you can check there as well for some resources on jazz music. So this week, we'll learn a little bit more about jazz performers and what jazz music is all about. I hope that you're having a great, great, great Monday. I miss you all dearly, but please remember, spread kindness and peace wherever you go. Love, Mrs. Waldron. Mwah.